second every time.
Well, Muster was tremendous in Boston, wasn't he? Very heavy topspin from both sides. That forced Agassi behind the baseline a little too far. He wasn't as good from that position.
And even though Noah is a clay court player, he's got to come into the net against Agassi.
Noah doesn't have the same pace on the ground strokes as Thomas Muster. It's a very important game for Noah, though. Disappointment of losing the first set. Got to try and get out in front early in the second.
Agassi's not sure about the call. He thinks the serve was good. He's looking at it. Noah would like the call as well. No overrule.
You gotta be able to see it before they can call it. Slow it down, man.
There's something in that, actually.
That's right.
Tell me another joke, please. I need to relax. This guy makes me nervous.
That's fine.
No, I want another joke.
Well, I'm sure you heard that exchange. It's funny.
Oh, yeah!
Look at him nearly get to it. That's a great shot from Andre Agassi. What a performer that guy is. 1 game to love as they shake hands. At the net, the match is not over, of course.
And that's Yannick Noah's shot as the lob goes over Andre Agassi. Now, this is Noah made this shot famous. He may have not been the first one to play it, but if you remember a few years ago at the US Open on a critical point, he hit this one for a winner. Not a bad effort from Agassi. He gets it back into play, but Noah is standing there, just pops it into court. But look at this effort. Agassi thinks, well, maybe, just maybe I can make it. Racket out in front. A tremendous effort. Nearly. There's an isolation with it now.
Look at him nearly get to it. 1 game to love Noah, second set.
Third ace for Agassi.
And 3 double faults now. Break points for Noah.
2 double faults in the 1 game, 2 double faults and an ace in the 1 game. See the
ground strokes, you see Agassi hit 11 winners from the ground. That's an extraordinarily high percentage. Noah's only hit 1. They both made about the same number of errors. Yannick Noah, just like he did in the first set, has an early break on Andre Agassi. 2 games to love for Noah.
Well, in the first set, Noah was able to break serve, and then he had a couple of game points to hold to get to a 3-1 lead. But Agassi came back. Let's see what happens on this occasion.
Terrific.
Well, again, we talk about foot speed, but racket control was the factor there, because not only did he have to stretch to get there, to keep a firm wrist to guide that down the line.
Agassi shoes, as you can see, those cross-training shoe. You can use those shoes for most anything. They're a little narrower than a normal tennis shoe, but they've got support on the side. Yeah. 30-all. 30-all. It's interesting, that shoe, isn't it? You see the support there on the side of it as you see him walking. There's a support on both sides, so that although it's narrower and higher off the ground than a tennis shoe, he's still not going to go over on it, which is the important thing. 43rd. McEnroe uses the same shoe. It's a Nike. I like it, Fred. I think that's a great idea. As long as you get the support that you need, which apparently those shoes give you, contrasted with that here. Noah holds on. 3 games to love now for Noah in the second set.
That looks new,
Cliff Drysdale with Fred Stolle bringing you the North Star Bank Hamlet Challenge Cup from Jericho, New York. You are watching Andre Agassi play Yannick Noah in the final. In the first set, Yannick Noah got off to a good start with an early break. Andre Agassi came back, broke Noah twice, and won the set 6-3. Now Noah leads 3-low. First serve percentage is 53 for Agassi. Noah is still under 50%. But take a look. When Noah gets his first serve in, he wins 3 out of 4 points. Agassi also a pretty good percentage, but not as high.
Well, you can see Andre hasn't played that shot too often. Normally he gets in there and cracks that for a winner. He tried the drop shot, nearly hit him on the foot.
Couple of rather loose points for Andre Agassi. Love 30 and 3 love for Yannick Noah.
Strange bowling. Yep. The ball was below the net off the little slice from Noah, and Agassi did not move forward. He elected to try and play a wristy swing volley at it.
Well, that should do it for the second set for Noah. 4 games to love now, with 2 serve breaks, of course, in the second set. Clearly at this point, in this set anyway, Andre Agassi's put on the goggles and flippers. He's going to take a dive, apparently, and wait for the third.
That's tough to do. He did that in a match against Jay Berger up in Stratton Mountain after being down one break. He served too well, whacked a double fault about 8 feet long, and then just through the next couple of games. Was able to come back in the third, however. But the danger in that situation is that you lose the concentration and you lose the timing of your shot, because you just sort of go through the motions for a couple of games, as he's now doing, and suddenly you've just got to turn the switch and make it work in the early stages of the third.
40-15.
Interestingly, in that Berger match, he was able to do it, of course, because he won the third set. That's 7 aces now for Noah. To love for Yannick Noah in the second set. We'll be back. US Open 1988, the last major Grand Slam event of the year. Andre Agassi started out the year USTA Clay Court Championship over Jimmy Arias. Then he won the Tournament of Champions and on to the French, where he played Mats Wilander in the semi-final. Wilander won it in 5 sets and, of course, went on to win the championship. Well, Andre Agassi said, I'm going to not play at Wimbledon and wait for the Davis Cup, which is what he did. Went down to Argentina, Buenos Aires, and beat Martin Heitke the first day. And the next week, he went to the Volvo International from Stratton Mountain, and in the final, beat Paul Amico, now the number 4 player in the world. Andre Agassi goes on to the US Open. And you're watching him now play against Yannick Noah in the final of the North Star Bank Hamlet Challenge Cup. 5-love. Noah leads second set. An interesting look back, Fred, at just how successful a year it has been for Agassi. Heart and mind and soul were in this game, believe me, he wouldn't have played a shot like that.
I think, though, Cliff, it's important for Andre Agassi to, in my book anyway, he's got a nice creased shirt on there. He just changed shirts at last changeover to try and win this game, just so that he has first serve in the third set.
I don't think he thinks that, because again...
Exactly. Most players like to have that advantage, though, because if it gets close in the third set, it means that you're always at one game in front all the time.
Game in second set, Noah. 6 games to love.
Not even game yet. The
Not yet,
umpire,
it
Bill
is.
Rule, has made a mistake there, and he'll realize it in a minute.
And Noah says, shh.
Oh.
That was a good idea.
Noah says that was a pretty good idea.
Advantage Agassi.
Bill Rule in the chair. It is
Advantage Agassi
Noah.
is
He's-
called now.
Yeah. He's going to correct it, surely. Well, he still hasn't corrected it. It's advantage Noah, anyway.
Game. Game in second set, Noah.
Throughout roaring its approval, not of the fact that the set is over, but that Bill, poor fellow, finally got it right. 6 games to love for Yannick Noah. Well, Didn't take too long.
No, it didn't, did it? As soon as Agassi decided that he was out of there.
I mean, when he takes a dive, he really goes down deep and quickly, doesn't he?
Doesn't sort of use any extra energy, does he?
First point, third and final set.
Love 15. Love 15.
Ladies number 8 from Yannick Noah.
Too tough that stay back with Agassi. Amazing talent that young Andre has. Agassi, frankly, doesn't have that big a serve and doesn't volley that well. But boy, he's strong off the ground. The other thing is, it's delightful to watch him play. It's nice to watch a guy who's got to win the way that Agassi has to win, from the ground strokes back to the court. Seven games in a row for Noah. He leads 1-0 in the third. Take a look at Noah here, his forehand on the left of your screen, and see if we can see why Agassi is able to generate more power than Noah is. You'll see Noah take the racket back. See, the elbow is bent. The racket goes up now, and then he'll let it drop below the level of the ball. Take a look at it go down now below the level of the ball, and then he comes, look, with the wrist. You see how much topspin he puts because that racket head is so low and then high. Now take a look at Agassi by contrast. He'll take the racket back in kind of a similar fashion, but the racket does not close as much when he takes it back, does it? Now watch, as he starts to come in, he doesn't let it drop below the ball, does he? He swings right through it. And that's why he hits the ball so much harder than Yannick Noah does. $15 Agassi serving. He hasn't won a game since the last game of the first set.
15-all.
And this is where Noah's experience may come in handy, Cliff, because he knows that Agassi's gone off the boil and went in the tank in the latter stages of that set. He figures that if he can get away early in this third set, he may be able to break this thing wide open.
30-all.
got to get an early break, though, to do so.
Which makes this a very important game for him. 30 all.
Here the second set stats, 74% on the first serve. Noah's still down there at 62, but unforced errors. Agassi towards the end of that set, 8. Noah 1. That's the story.
Agassi holds on. Second game, third set, first game that he has won in 8 tries. Yannick Noah won the second set 6-love and now 1 game all in the third.
Second set took but 25 minutes. US Open starts tomorrow. We see the service broken 3 times for Agassi in that second set. It was 6 games to love and a couple of aces.